Ultra Kill is a fast-paced first-person shooter set in the reimagined layers of Dante's Inferno. It's well known for its complicated high-level tech and for being comically difficult on higher difficulties. Seriously, show this to a Victorian child and they'd die on the spot. Prelude, or Overture, serves as an introduction to Ultra Kill's level design and strategic depth. Its levels are short and almost exclusively contain fodder enemies, making them among the easiest levels to beat. However, we're not just here to win. For each level in Prelude, I will first go over a route with only the weapons available at that point in the game, and then a second route with a complete arsenal. A quick disclaimer, these are the best routes I was able to come up with for myself, with no outside help, and there are without a doubt better routes for all of these levels. Ultra Kill's first level is 0-1, Into the Fire. It contains filth, strays, and one malicious face as the boss. The Piercer revolver is picked up at the beginning, and is the only available weapon in this level. These first groups of filth can be easily taken care of by stomping on them, or using really anything available. The enemies in this glass staircase room can be taken care of easily by shooting the floor up under them and then stomping on whatever's left. There's really not much to say here. Malicious faces take extra damage from stomping and take huge damage from parrying their projectiles. Next, I'll be showing the route with all weapons unlocked. Take care of these filth in the first room with a quick saw trap. Filth in the second room can be easily taken care of with a knuckle blaster explosion, followed by a green overbump, which also usually breaks the glass in the next room. Here, lift one of the filth off the ground slightly through a flash before shooting it with a rocket to create a red explosion. For this room, take out the two strays with a split shot before killing the filth with a few saws and taking out the remaining strays with 2 more split shots. You'll see me using saws to take out fodder enemies frequently because they actually deal increased damage to husks. Here, just use coins to kill the strays. It's not that difficult, I don't know why I struggled so much. This requires some explanation. What you just saw was called a core jam, which is what happens when you hit a jackhammer core and an enemy in one attack. It's not terribly difficult to pull off, but it's easier if you launch the core slightly below you so you can look at that than the enemy during the hit stop. Next up is 0-2, with the Meatgrinder. From here forward, you can actually buy weapons from the starting terminal. You can technically get both of the revolver variants here with some grinding, but in a linear run, only the marksman can be afforded right now. One important tech to be able to pull off is a split coin. When you throw a coin, there will be a moment when it flashes, about a second after it's thrown. If you shoot it during this moment, the bullet will hit 2 targets rather than 1. These sections mainly rely on stomping on filth and split coining the strays as quickly as possible. Watch out for these crushers, they will kill you instantly, and I've lost many good runs to them. Ignore this guy, we don't have to deal with him yet. Yeah, there's really not much to this level. Basically just hit split coins and stomp on the enemies. This level takes place in very tight quarters, so saws and green overbumps are going to be your best friend. Here's something new. This is called conduction, and it happens when a cabled enemy dies. However, make sure to put some nails in them first, otherwise the explosion will not arc. Double Down introduces two new enemies, the Schism and the Swords Machine, as well as the powerful shotgun. Schisms can be easily killed with the shotgun in the air at close range. Also, at this point you can afford the Sharpshooter revolver, which will be important soon. Double Down is the longest level in Prelude. You can technically skip most of it, but you cannot get a B rank for doing this. The Sharpshooter revolver will let you pin enemies and deal a lot of damage, as well as exploding any projectiles it hits. Without the shotgun, there's no real effective way to kill schisms, so just hit him with everything you have. And now, the Swords Machine has finally come back. The strategy for a Swords Machine is mainly just parrying it and using your alt attacks constantly. At halfway, the Swords Machine will become stunned and teleport away. You can still damage it during this animation, but you can't kill it. This gave us the shotgun. It deals a lot of damage at close range, and if you punch right after shooting, you can actually parry the bullets to cause an explosion. This new shotgun will make quick work of the schisms. I don't know why this guy is here. I guess Hikita just really hates him. There's really not much to say here. Just use projectile boosts and split coins to take care of everything. The second Swords Machine encounter is basically the same as the first. You can reset the shotgun's cooldown by switching off of it and then returning. Saw blades are very effective. Schisms can be killed instantly by whiplashing them and hitting them with either the shotgun or the knuckle blaster to launch them into a wall. First Swords Machine encounter just doesn't count as a kill, so we have no reason to do that here. A well-placed jumpstart can wipe out nearly everything in this room. With all weapons, the strategy for Swords Machine involves something called saw trapping, which involves placing down saws, usually using jumpstart to deal extra damage. You'll also see me using several full impact jackhammer hits. These deal a lot of damage. Zero 04, One Machine Army, is probably the hardest level in Prelude to P rank. It's very short, only having 3 rooms, but the style requirement is very high for its length. This is also where you can unlock the pump charge shotgun. It deals heavy damage, but it is not good for style, so be careful not to overuse it. You'll start by ricocheting the strays, followed by stomping on the filth, and using the shotgun and parrying to kill the malicious face. Use projectile boosts, parries, and red revolver ricochets to take out the enemies in this room. Use the shotgun to kill the schisms, and kill the strays with some split coin. Finally, finish off all of the filth with 1 overpump. Everything in this room can be killed with one quick conduction, and then the malicious face can be killed by jackhammering it and parrying. Use the Knuckle Blaster to kill the filth, and coins to pick off the remaining enemies. Use the shotgun to kill the schisms, and saws to kill the strays, and try to avoid fumbling as hard as I did. Use basically anything to kill the filth, it's not a challenge. Well, this is it. Beyond these doors lie the rest of hell, just waiting for me. Is that statue moving? Cerberus deal a lot of damage, but have a very limited attack range. So long as you keep track of their attack signatures and don't get in their way, you should have no problem dealing enough damage. For taking on both at once, try and use explosions or anything with Pierce. As with most levels, 0-5 becomes a lot easier when you add other weapons in the mix. I like to open off with a saw trap and a jump start that will almost kill the first Cerberus instantly. You can take out the rest with the shotguns, and the second one can be nearly killed using a cannonball. If you hit it with the cannonball and then parry it back, it's enough to kill a normal Cerberus and almost kill the boss. And that concludes every level in Prelude. This was my first time making this style of video, so if you learned anything or would like to see more, please consider liking or subscribing. It helps boost my channel to a wider audience. With that being said, see you next time.